Hello, Bulldogs, and welcome to another edition of Open Line on Air. I'm your host and the proud superintendent of the Garfield Heights City Schools, Terry Olszewski. We have a special guest with us today, a longtime school board member, Mrs. June Geraci. Welcome to the broadcast, Mrs. Geraci. We've invited her on the program today so that we can learn a little bit about her background and some of the things that she has done in her long tenure on the Garfield Heights Board of Education. Thank you for being with us today, and let's get off with some background questions. Mrs. Geraci, can you give me and the viewers at home a brief background description of yourself?
Yes, I'm a graduate of Maple Heights High School. I've lived in Garfield Heights now for approximately 37 years. I have two daughters. One is a full-time mom, one is a full-time teacher. Both are graduates of Garfield Heights High School. And my late husband, John, preceded me on being on the board.
That's right. Your husband, John Geraci, was on the school board for many years before. Can you share a little bit about that experience?
Yes, he was definitely dedicated to the children of the community. Anytime they needed any extra help with anything, he just couldn't wait to get there. He loved to read to the kids. And I kind of feel like I'm following in his footsteps and trying to finish what he originally had started.
How long have you served on the Garfield Heights Board of Education?
I've been on the board approximately 15 years. I've served as board president. I've served as vice president. I was appointed by my peers to be a board member here at the Cuyahoga Valley Career Center, and I was the first board member to complete the Ohio Academy of Boardmanship.
And so with such an extensive experience on the Board of Education, what would you say has evolved over the years?
I would definitely say the building of the new high school. That has brought so much pride to the community. And also the fact that we were able to use our Ohio School Facilities Commission funds to upgrade 3 of our buildings, and that was at no cost to the taxpayers.
Do you have any crown jewel accomplishment that you would like to say to the viewers that you're particularly proud of?
I can't say as an individual that there is anything. I can say as a group, as 5 board members that are involved in everything that's going on, that just everything that we've been doing is good. And the fact that there's a lot of times I read in the newspaper about a school doing this or school doing that and changing things, and it makes me feel good because Garfield Heights has already done some of those things.
What would you say your role is on the board?
To policies and guidelines is the big one, and to hire the superintendent and the treasurer.
You did a good job, by the way.
Did I? I'm sure. I feel good about that. It's up to you as the superintendent of schools to handle the daily business as far as the district is running. And it's up to Mr. Suluka as the treasurer to handle the everyday business of the finances.
What would be some things that would not be a school board member's duties?
Well, anyone that is contemplating on running for the board or a new person on the board should definitely read the ethics of a board member. I consider myself an educator. I pride myself in an educator. I'm not a politician. I can't speak for the board. I'm only one person. So you kind of have to take all those things in consideration and remember them. Remember what's important, what you can and cannot discuss in an executive session, things like that.
We've definitely worked very hard to have a relationship with the city of Garfield Heights. Could you maybe describe some of the things that we have done with the city of Garfield?
Absolutely. I do believe the good working relationship that you have with Mayor Kolova has worked out tremendously. It's a good feeling to finally have that. And with that, we've been able to hire a student resource officer with costs that are shared not only by the city, but by the school district itself. And we have to give credit to Mrs. Ruth Pollock. She's in the Learning Center, and she's done some great things. Also, there's some fun things too, such as International Day that we were able to do. And that brings back the pride a lot.
You've been here for many, many years. What's our strengths in Garfield Heights Public Schools?
I believe our strength is our teachers. They're times are changing with how curriculum is going, and it's important that they keep up with that curriculum and not just be there for the student for that, but be there for the student as for their well-being and safety also.
How would you describe your relationship as a liaison for the community?
Well, that's very important, and I pride myself in being able to speak with different individuals, and I encourage them, if they have questions, to please come to a board meeting. Or if they have a question and they call me and I can't answer that, I try to follow the chain of command, either get them an answer myself or have them have the appropriate person get back to them in a timely fashion. I think that's definitely an important part of it.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the viewers out there?
Well, I'd like to thank you for your being here with us, and you've done a great job being our superintendent, bringing back that Bulldog pride, which we need. And I believe I'd like to speak to the parents, and I really want the parents to, if you're not involved, get involved. We did a study and we found out that some of the students that had parental support excelled a little bit more than some of the other students. I think that's important. Get involved with your children. They're just not our children. They're our future. And thank you.
Mrs. Geraci, it's always a pleasure to meet with you and discuss matters of the Garfield Heights District. You've been a dedicated board member, and I appreciate your leadership, and thank you for taking time to share with us. To the viewers at home, thanks for your time and continued support of the Garfield Heights City Schools. Without your support, we could not do the things that we do. I'm Superintendent Terry Olszewski, and until next time, go Bulldogs!